Welcome to This Week on the NGA Hooters Pro Golf Tour. This week, we're at Madison, Mississippi. We're at the Caroline Golf Club. Madison, located near the capital city of Jackson. Rain forced 36 holes of play on Sunday to find a winner. And did we ever? Corey Bowman out of Springfield, Missouri, in the morning round, shot a sizzling 9-under par 63 to leap to the top of the leaderboard. We'll pick him up now at his 20th hole of the day, the second hole. He's going to make a birdie here at the par 4 second. And this is Corey. Again, that 63, not a surprise. The last time this young man was really in contention on the Hooters Tour a couple of years ago in Decatur, Alabama, when he faltered on the final hole. That's his birdie, again at the second hole. Now, here he is at the par 3, fourth hole, 147 yards. This young man had everyone talking throughout the state and anyone that might have read any kind of account of this event. So he'll have this left now for his birdie opportunity at the par 3, fourth hole. Now he can go to 15 under par if he can get this in. Boy, absolutely amazing. Now we go to the par 4, sixth hole. And he'll have that for yet another birdie. So Corey, an excellent putter, played at Baylor University where he was an All-American and an academic All-America. Oh, red hot. Stick around. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Hi, I'm Joni from the Huntsville Hooters. Stick around and we'll be right back.
TJ and I were just walking through the park, and out of nowhere, a little boy comes up to me and says, "Can I have your autograph?" I looked around and I said, "Me? Why me?" He says, "Well, my dad and I were in the restaurant the other day, and you're our Hooters girl." I love my job. You know, Hooters has provided me the opportunity to pursue my education in broadcast journalism. One day, Tom Brokaw, I'm gonna have your job. And TJ, he never has to worry about where his next bone's coming from. Come see me at Hooters.
Get him out of there. Bust it up, boys. Let's go.
There's ordinary beer. And then there's Michelob. Beer or Michelob?
Naming our salad dressing Naturally Fresh gives us a lot to live up to. So we use only the freshest vegetables and spices. And because we add no preservatives, you won't find Naturally Fresh on the salad dressing aisle. You'll only find it in the refrigerated produce section. Naturally Fresh gives you premium quality without the premium price. We're located with the rest of the fresh produce. So try us next time you shop for fresh fruits and vegetables. The Naturally Fresh name is our promise.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big taste from a big place.
The Harrah's Casino Classic is brought to you by Hooters Restaurant, home of world-famous chicken wings and the nearly world-famous Hooters Girls. And by Naturally Fresh, Pure Spring Water. All water is not pure. Taste the quality of Naturally Fresh, Pure Spring Water. And Lee, our leaderboard after 36 holes.
Corey Cochran, a young man that spent much of last year on the Nike Tour, is the leader. At 11 under par, John Magoo right up there at 10 under, and so is Dickie Thompson. Magoo battling his way back to the PGA Tour says life can be tough down here.
The minor leagues of golf are very hard to stay afloat, and most of them will give you that comment just because it takes the money to get there, and if you can't get in the tournament, you sure can't win it.
I'm just trying to get better. I mean, I took a couple months off in the wintertime and haven't played good for 6 months, and I'm starting to hit it better, so I'm just going to try to keep working on it. And I mean, we'll all try for Tour School at the end of the year, so I'll be ready for that, hopefully.
Let's go back out on the course now. Hole number 6. This is in the third round of play. Remember, they played 36 on Sunday, so this is third round action. Dickie Thompson at the par 4 6th hole. This for birdie. Dickie, 3 times a member of the PGA Tour. He'll settle here for a par. Scorecard golf for Dickie through much of the front side. Second shot now at the par 4 9th. This for his par. Whoops. Dickie just, first time he really had a problem on that front side. Now here on the par 5 15th, he'll have this left to pick up his birdie. Bob Heinz working on a par at the 9th hole. Again, the par 4. Bob, an Ivy League golfer, played at Yale. Just misses. And here's David Hauser. He's at the 13th, a par 3. He'll have that remaining for his birdie opportunity. Oh, great putt. David Hauser. Let's check out the leaderboard now after 54 holes of play. Corey Bowman is joined by Peter Dyson and Dickie Thompson, all at -14. Bob Heinz at 13, and Zoran Zorkic, a 65 today, is really going to move him into contention. Thorson and France, along with Rollins and Cochran, all at 11 under par. We'll be back with more action.
Hi, I'm Pamela from the Huntsville Hooters. You're watching the Hooters Tour. We'll be right back.
What the?
Finding the best bottled water can be very confusing. At first glance, all water looks the same. But if you scientifically precipitate out the solids, you discover all water is not equal. Introducing naturally fresh, pure spring mountain water, refreshingly pure. This naturally fresh spring water adds extra quality to the all-natural goodness of every naturally fresh product. Make the clear choice. Naturally fresh, pure spring mountain water.
The Harrah's Casino Classic, brought to you by Jackaroo Sauce. If you've just got sauce, you ain't got Jack. And by Smooth, rich-tasting Michelob. Beer for Michelob. And Corey Bowman wasn't the only tour player making noise today. Earlier in the first group off, Zoran Zorkic was also making the game look easy. Here he knocks it stiff on the third hole. And his second birdie came at the fifth.
This will put him at 14 under par when he picks this one up. At the sixth hole, yet another birdie for the Australian. Earlier in his career, there were some mention in the same breath of Greg Norman and Zoran Zorkic when he lived and grew up in Australia. A lot of pressure. Now he's just trying to be very, very consistent, and with a putter like that, that's not difficult to do. Now he's at the seventh hole. It's the par 5. The way he's been playing, everything is possible for Zoran Zorkic today. Now he'll pick up this birdie again at the 7th to go to 16 under par.
And he also picks up one at 10 as we pick him up again at the short par 4 12th hole.
The way he's playing, Gary, it would not surprise me to see him knock something in the hole off the tee or out of the fairway. This is for birdie. This will take him to 18 under par. What a play.
But Lee, you know, the day was not completely filled with roses. Here he is in the sand trap on 13. Unfortunately, he will miss the up and down here to drop him back to 17 under, but he's still the leader. And his final birdie lands at the par 4 14th, which got him to 18 under par, and a final round of 66, Lee.
Zoran gives all the credit to a hot putter.
I really haven't made that many mistakes, giving myself a lot of opportunities, and the putts are starting to fall. I've been using this new V-Fly putter that's supporting the tour this year, and it's worked pretty well. Unfortunately, I didn't use it the first 2 rounds this week, so I may have cost myself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lee Moore. Welcome to the NGA Hooters Pro Golf Tour. This week, our young professionals taking on the layout here at the Caroline Golf Club. We're in Madison, Mississippi. For the next 1 hour, you'll have the opportunity to look at some of the finest young professionals in the world playing on the Hooters Pro Golf Tour. We'll have first, second, third, and final round action to an exciting event.
And here's some of the players we'll see in today's final round. Corey Bowman out of Springfield, Missouri. Also Zoran Zorkic out of Kingwood, Texas. Also Peter Dyson from Pensacola, Florida. Bob Heintz from Clearwater, Florida. From Peachtree City, Georgia, Dickie Thompson. Out of Richmond, Virginia, John Rollins. From Renton, Washington, Croy Cochran. And from Cordova, Tennessee, David Hauser. And now, Lee, the current leaderboard.
Well, we told you that Zoran Zorkic is up there at 18 under par, but he was joined very shortly thereafter by Wesley Short, also at 18 under. And how did Wesley get there? Well, it was at the final hole. He was 17 under par, and he had a crucial chip because he had looked at the leaderboard to see Zoran was at 18, and he said, I better get busy. This is his third shot at the 18th. Just like the script read, Wesley Short, outstanding young player. Just another of those budding stars on the NGA Hooters Pro Golf Tour, 18 under par. Wonderful play at 18, Wes.
Well, I hit a pretty good shot in there, I thought, and it was over the green, and
Actually, I seen Zorn's name on the scoreboard there. He was one ahead of me. I said, hey, I need to chip this in to tie him, and I hit a heck of a good chip in it. Luckily, it went in.
Hi, this is Stacy from the Huntsville Hooters. You're watching some of the world's best young golfers on the Hooters Tour.
Golfers, how many times have you thought you made the perfect shot only to have it fall short or offline simply because you didn't know what the wind was doing? API has the solution with the all-new Wind Floaters. The Wind Floater is an all-natural biodegradable fiber. Just release it into the air and get all the facts about the wind. You'll see crosswinds, updrafts. You'll have the advantage before you swing. Make better club and shot selections while cutting strokes from your game. The Wind Floater makes a great gift too. The Wind Floater, only available through this TV offer. Final round coverage of the Harrah's Casino Classic is brought to you by V-Flight. Play it. And by Hewlett-Packard. And leads pick up the action out at number 10, Corey Bowman. His approach shot at the 397-yard par 4.
Well, Corey, Gary, can do no wrong on this day. What a sensational 36 holes of golf on Sunday.
We move ahead to the 12th. Most of these guys drive this hole. This is Bob Heinz for Eagle. He stands at 15 under.
Nice play there for Heinz. Again, a young man played his collegiate golf at Yale.
And back to 11, Croy Cochran, the Saturday leader at the par 4 11.
I've been on the Nike Tour for three years, and I lost my Nike card in 5. I came out here and played in 96, and it's a good place to play. I mean, you can make some money.
Here's that leaderboard. Again, Zorkic and Short are finished at -18, still on the course. Corey Bowman a shot behind. Heinz, Dyson, and Thompson also in there.
And Lee, we're on the 12th hole. Hauser also trying to make something happen here. This, one of his few highlights. And back to 10, and Corey Bowman for birdie to go -17.
Absolutely a phenomenal day for Corey. Dickie Thompson, the veteran, trying to make a move. This chip here would let him pick up a couple of shots.
And he needs it after the bogey on the last hole, Lee.
Okay, Dickie is going to make sure he clears everyone's path here, and will tap this in for his birdie.
And we stay at number 12. Croy Cochran, who is playing with Dickie Thompson, even on the day, looking to get to -9 for the tournament.
Croy looking like some of the others to, boy, oh boy, just misread that one a bit. Trying to work his way back.
He'll tap that in for birdie as we move ahead to 13. This is Heinz at the par 3 13th.
Really a fine shot there by Bob Heinz.
Also at 13, this is Peter Dyson at the tee.
He'll be satisfied with that one.
Now back to 11, Lee, with Bowman putting for a share of the lead. He'll settle for his par at the 11th to remain at 17 under.
So solid today is a game of Corey Bowman.
And ahead to 13, Lee, this is Dyson putting to go to 16 under.
Not quite enough oomph there. They say one more weedy and maybe.
Forward to 16 now, and John Rollins on the par 5 16th. He started the day, Lee, at -7.
He was about 7 strokes back of the lead, but that's a relatively good approach to this difficult hole.
And back to 13 now. Heinz for birdie, and a chance to get within one of our leaders, Zorkic and Short.
Well, he never got that one on line at all.
He'll tap that one in. And we move ahead now, Lee, to 16. This is John Rollins for his 4th birdie on the backside.
Well, this would give him 2 in a row. You can never make too many birdies, especially on the last day. Boy, good all-around putt, as they say.
And we're back to hole 13 now. Dickie Thompson on the difficult par 3.
Dickie plays tough golf courses, as a rule, very well.
Oh.
So calm. Dickie told me he's going to be getting married this coming winter, so I think Dickie's mellowed out just a bit. I think that he has really gotten control of himself very well, and his emotions, and a lot of talent in this little guy.
And we move back to the 12th. A lot of birdies seen here. This is Corey Bowman.
He could share the lead if he could get a birdie here. Again, he's going to be playing 36 holes, wants to remain positive about that aspect.
And the good thing about the 36-hole day, if you shoot a good round, you know, on the morning round, you can carry your momentum over in the afternoon. And I bogeyed my first hole this afternoon and birdie number 2, and then from there it was easy again.
Back at 12, and the man with the hot putter, Bowman's bid for a share of the lead with Zorkic and Short. He drains it, Lee. Lee, what about the leaderboard after 12?
Well, you mentioned a while ago that Zoran Zorkic and Wesley Short, along with Corey Bowman, all at 18 under par. Zorkic and Short have finished.
And we're back to the 14th hole. Peter Dyson. A very hard green to hit here. A lot of players are playing it short, letting it roll up close to the cup.
They have a lot of work there to do to get that one down.
Speaking of work, still on the 14th, Heinz. A little trouble off the tee here, Lee.
He had an unplayable lie, so he had to take a drop, and he's hitting his 3rd shot in here, and it'll come up a bit short. The Naturally Fresh Winners Points Championship, $500,000 on the line, with $200,000 to the winner. Players pick up points through order of finish primarily in the tournaments. 200 points for first place. Scott Medlin atop that leaderboard right now. Some of the others still very, very much in the battle with several tournaments to play. Caroline Golf Club is an interesting layout, especially those last 3 holes, 16 a par 5, 17 a tough par 3, and 18 an even tougher finishing hole. Let's check those out. Number 16, even though relatively short at 495 yards, the problem here is that pin's tucked in that right corner over there, so risk-reward very much a factor here. Eagles, birdies, but bogeys and double bogeys also. At 16, the players are going to have to be careful here. Let's move over to 17, pretty much straight away, par 3, but you're looking at water, folks. From the back tees, 253 yards. The players are going to play it at about 220 yards still. 3-iron, 4-iron in there, and you got to be careful. 18. Well, you got sand on the right. At the bottom of that fairway, you got water. Precision shot making here. You got to be careful. Maybe a 3-wood off the tee, and then a short iron into the green. But again, driver is not to be talked about here.
Back at 14, this is Heinz on the green, putting for bogey. That's a problem there. He's going to take a double bogey 6, dropping back to minus 14, Lee.
At hole 17, Gary, John Rollins, the long par 3, 253 yards, and he is chipping to the green. He's coming off back 9 birdies, but that's what he left himself.
And still on 17, Garrett Larson, a 36 on the front. Not doing as well as he'd hoped to, Lee.
He's out here with his brother Jason. They've been on this tour a couple of years, so it's interesting. They get to travel together, and wow, he just doesn't connect there.
And next at 17, Scott Gardner, 4 off the lead after 36 holes.
Yeah, Scotty's been losing some ground since then. 6 under par at the start of today's round. He stands at minus 3 for the tournament. And a little steam coming out of the ears there. You know, he won last year at Myrtle Beach. And Scott, pretty good television player, but he's not happy there.
Here's John Rollins at 17. This to remain at minus 14, Lee.
John Rollins, another relatively new name to the Hooters Tour. It's a brand new golf course, just a little less than a year old, and so it's going to be special. Some great folks at Caroline Golf Course.
Rolls that one in nicely.
That'll remain for him at 14 under par. Dickie Thompson here. That's his approach to the 14th. We know that Dickie left himself a little too much work there, maybe. John Magoo, we talked about John, the veteran, having a real good tournament. He's out of Greenville, Mississippi.
I about fell on my knees laughing when one of the players in the ranking school asked me after a 3-putt for my 4th bogey in a row, if you getting ready for the seniors tour? I'm trying to find out if I can still play. So that's down the road far enough. I hope I make it that far, actually.
Back to the action at 14, Croy Cochran putting for birdie on the 14th hole to go to minus 10. Not quite enough. And Lee, what about our leaderboard?
Zoran Zorkic, Wesley Short, and Corey Bowman, along with Dyson and Heinz, Dickie Thompson, all there on the leaderboard. But the first 3, the leaders. Now, talking about the leaders, the money through Monroe, Louisiana, the event coming into here. Garrett Willis, still the top guy there. Mark Wilson is behind him. Then it's Dickie Thompson. Some of the others, Darren Stiles, a fine tournament at Monroe, Short, Medlin, Karen Foster, and Mike Schwartz back from the PGA Tour. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Amanda from the Huntsville Hooters. You're watching Golf on the Hooters Tour from Mississippi.
there's ordinary beer. And then there's Michelob. Beer or Michelob?
Finding the best bottled water can be very confusing. At first glance, all water looks the same. But if you scientifically precipitate out the solids, you discover all water is not equal. Introducing naturally fresh, pure spring mountain water, refreshingly pure. This naturally fresh spring water adds extra quality to the all-natural goodness of every naturally fresh product. Make the clear choice. Naturally fresh, pure spring mountain water.
Race fans, the thunder of USAR Hooters Pro Cup racing roars into a track near you. So beware. USA International Speedway, Langley, Peach State, Tri-County, Concord, and more. Hooters Pro Cup is 250 laps of kicking the asphalt. In your face. No holds barred. Short track racing. Jay Fogelman, the coach Jerry Glando, Justin Labonte, Mario Gosselin, and more lead the field in the chase for more than $2 million. For ticket information, call 800-852-7223. Don't miss the excitement of USAR Hooters Pro Cup racing.
The Harrah's Casino Classic is brought to you by Rapport Composites, premium quality graphite shafts, and by Top Flight, the longest ball. Back at the Harrah's Casino Classic, the 16th, this is the approach shot of Bob Heintz.
Says he's real eager to give it a good go this year and just see where his golf game can take him. So far, he's been pretty impressive this year.
He'll miss the green with that one, but he's getting a little roll there, Lee.
Yeah. Kim Venturi said, never stop to say bad shot until the ball finishes rolling. Back in the fairway at the same hole, Peter Dyson out of Pensacola, Florida. What a refreshing guy he is. He's just happy to be out here on the Hooters Tour. Not going to like that shot, but he likes the golf course.
I like the golf course. I hit the ball relatively long. I'm a good iron player, and I was hitting it close enough to where I was making some putts. I hadn't been putting that well this year, and putted a little bit better today. Well, putted better this last 4 days, and I was just trying to get it near the hole, trying to get it in, and they were luckily going in for me.
At the 16th hole, here's David Hauser. His third shot into this par 5 hole here. Not bad at all. He'll be very pleased with that.
And now we have Heintz on the 16th green, who had a double bogey at the 14th and now stands at minus 14. This is a very long eagle try. Obviously, his short game has been serving him well, and that's obviously a long putt. He's going to bring it up a little short, but he talks about his short game.
I've been able to make up for any poor ball striking weeks with good short game, and I think that's what's kept me finishing up there like that.
And here's Dyson just off the green. This for his par on the 16th.
This hole has been so tricky. The Harrah's Casino Classic leaderboard final round. With 4 holes to go, Corey Bowman has the lead at minus 19. There are 2 at minus 18, and you see the rest.
And now we're back at 17. This will be the tee shot of Bob Heintz.
Reminder too, Gary, that 36 holes necessitated on Sunday. The players' Saturday's round was washed out entirely. The conditions still aren't that great, but Tim Singer, the tournament director, had them out there early on Sunday morning and got it all in on Sunday. A marvelous job by the staff.
He's got this one airborne on the par 3. And it looks like he's going to come up a little short, just off on the fringe. Next to tee at 17, David Hauser.
Again, this hole playing about 220 yards. The players are mostly, Gary hitting 3 irons, some are hitting 4 irons. Good pass on that ball.
Not a whole lot of room for error on this hole. And he'll be in the bunker. And finally, to tee on 17, this will be Peter Dyson. And he has found the green, Lee.
Meanwhile, in the fairway, at 15, third shot of Dickie Thompson. He won't mind that at all, but all in all, not satisfied with his performance this weekend.
Mostly just disappointing. I mean, the 36 holes wasn't a problem. We've done it before. I just didn't make any putts in the afternoon. I hit it pretty good, but nothing went in, so.
And we're at the 15th green, or just off of it, I should say. A man who could really use an eagle. This is John Magoo to get to -9.
He busted out pretty quickly in this tournament, and then whether it was age or whatever, and John would laugh at that, but sort of got to him a little bit.
Next at the 15th green, this is Cochran putting for birdie to go to -8.
The last time he was in Mississippi, out in that area, they had a nationally televised shooting. Whoa! And he happened to be almost in a line of fire, so not many good memories of Jackson.
Ahead to 17, the chip shot of Bob Heinz.
Again, having a good tournament.
And once again to 17, Hauser to save par and remain at -9. Drains it.
These guys make it look easy, don't they?
They certainly do. Next at the 17th green, it's Peter Dyson. This is for birdie. He needs this after a bogey at 16, Lee.
Could take a note on that putting stroke.
Oh.
Didn't serve him well that time, did it? Checking that leaderboard up there again, Corey Bowman's at 19 under par. And you just witnessed John Kimball's approach shot there, the 16th.
And also at the 16th, Dave Poteet. This is his approach.
There's so many new names, or relatively new names to this tour, and why shouldn't there be? It's almost like a rookie tour. Boy, that was a fine shot. You see how that pin is cut down there? The risk and the reward there, as I say, are great. You can be off the back of that thing so quickly, make bogey, double bogeys.
And Tommy Dudley at 16, his approach. He's at -11. Not bad. To the home hole, Bob Heinz, his tee shot.
Well, we talked about this hole, about guys hitting irons or, 5 woods or 3 woods, and you see that water down to the left. A driver could get you down there easily, but he puts himself in great position, little right center of the fairway.
Next to tee at 18 is David Hauser.
I can't tell you how many guys I saw down there rolling up their trousers legs, though, getting into that water down there when they were really trying to get it out there long. But that, again, is a fine shot.
Here's Dyson's tee shot at 18. Not bad, that'll work.
John Kimball, tricky downhill putt. Just missing there. And the thing about that one, they had to be careful of the putt downhill, that it didn't really get away from them.
Here's Poteet, his bid for birdie on 16. This will get him to -7. And he's got it. We move to 18. Bob Heinz approach to the par 4.
I think most of the guys were just hitting, maybe 8s and 9s in here. Here's the approach shot. That's well below the hole. He's got a lot of work on his birdie opportunity.
And still at 18, David Hauser's approach.
Pin's way back in the left corner. And that is a problem there when you go at that pin. And also sometimes you get a nice little roll like that. Not bad.
And finally at 18, this is the approach of Peter Dyson.
Did he like that or not? Hard to tell, right? Not bad at all.
I'd take it in a heartbeat. To 17, the tee shot for Poteet.
The par 3 presented a lot of problems in that ever-present wind. I don't think there was a time the wind wasn't blowing. He leaves that well short, but safely on the green.
Next on the tee at 17 is Tommy Dudley. Just off the side. And finally at 17, it's the tee shot of John Kimball.
So this one is headed for the pin that, pretty good pin here today, and gets off the back edge, the pin almost in the center of the green. Our leader, Corey Bowman, through 14 holes at 19 under par. He's scorching the golf course. Zorkic and Short are finished at 18 under par. As we check out some more of the leaders, Jason Biddick was a first-round leader, but he faltered a bit after that. Greg Reeds at 12. Jeff Thorson at 10 under par. Darren Stiles, a young man from Lakeland, Florida, won the tournament coming in here, the one over at Monroe, his first win on the Hooters Tour. Darren has just gotten better and better. Played last year on the Nike Tour, and his progress has just been amazing from tournament to tournament. We talked about that. What's different about your game now than 2 years ago, Darren?
I think I've matured a little bit now. Manage myself a little bit better around the golf course and not getting frustrated when I hit a bad shot and just keep plugging away and making as many birdies as I can.
Back at 15 now with the red-hot Corey Bowman. Lee, this guy has got it working for him today.
I've seen Corey play some super golf in the past, but obviously this was a high spot, I think, in his career.
And we move forward to the 18th green. This is Bob Heintz for birdie.
Just a bit of work to do there to get home at minus 14 if he can get that putt down.
Next at 18, Peter Dyson putting for birdie to finish at minus 15.
Great putt there. No problem in using that putter just off the green, folks. Call it Texas wedge or whatever you want to, but good, safe play.
Whatever works. Back at 17, Dave Poteet. This is for birdie. Oh, just shortly.
Yeah, that would have gotten him to 8 under par, but he stays at 7.
Here's Tommy Dudley putting on 17. This is for par and to remain at 12 under par.
They say if you could make 90% of putts from this length, you could just be super, everything else being equal.
That one straight in the hole. And at 16, the approach shot of Bowman.
I don't know if he's done anything wrong in this 2 rounds of golf on the last day necessitated by the rain. Everything for him has just been about perfect.
And he's going to leave that one well short. Maybe the first little hiccup, when you say?
Well, you just can't charge that hole. You know, at 16, you got to treat it with respect, and you don't want to go losing shots on the hole.
We're watching the tee shot of Dave Poteet at 18.
And the final hole of the day for Tommy Dudley. He also is at the 18th. The par 4. Again, long iron, fairway wood, just a good safe shot. We are not that far away from finding a winner for this golf tournament right now on that leaderboard, though. Corey Bowman with a one-shot lead, but 3 holes to play. Zorkic and Short can only stand around and wait.
Hey, I'm Misha, and I'm with the Birmingham Hooters, and you are watching the NGA Hooters Tour, so stay tuned. You know what they say, sauce sells.
Naming our salad dressing Naturally Fresh gives us a lot to live up to. So we use only the freshest vegetables and spices. And because we add no preservatives, you won't find Naturally Fresh on the salad dressing aisle. You'll only find it in the refrigerated produce section. Naturally Fresh gives you premium quality without the premium price. We're located with the rest of the fresh produce. So try us next time you shop for fresh fruits and vegetables. The Naturally Fresh name is our promise.
People think that the Australian outback is full of young, wild ranch hens called jackaroos. Fact is, jackaroos are quite civilised. Until they grab hold of the big, bold taste of their favourite jackaroo barbie sauce. Then things can get a bit out of hand. Every jackaroo knows, if you don't have jackaroo barbie sauce, you ain't got jack.
Back at the Harrah's Casino Classic, this is Dickie Thompson on the par 3 17th.
Sometimes you can get a feel for whether or not they like the shot by the spin, and pretty good right there.
Next to tee at 17, John Magoo.
A couple of real veterans, both at 41 years of age. One from Mississippi and one from Georgia. They've known each other a long time. Trying to help it just a bit.
Well, he's on the green. And next up, it's Croy Cochran. This guy's just looking to get in.
Good move at the ball for Croy. He is working hard. He misses a green to the right side.
And now back at the green at 16 with our leader, Corey Bowman. He leads by a stroke at -19. This for birdie, by the way.
He will not be displeased with that. He'll get his par.
And now the approach of Dudley on the 18th. His second shot on the par 4.
Did not hold at all, so he's got a little real estate to get across there.
And still on 18, this is Kimball with his approach shot.
"36 holes the players are playing on this, the final day, this, the final 18.
And finally, Poteet, his second shot on the 18th. And he took a hand off the iron there. But not bad. At 17, Dickie Thompson for birdie, trying to get to 1 under for the day and 15 under for the tournament, and not quite.
He'll finish that off. And there's one more hole for Dickie, the son of Reba.
And now at the 17th tee, here is our leader, Corey Bowman. And he's going to be just on the fringe, Lee.
At 19 under par, still looking for anything he can get to help him on the way in.
To the home hole, this is Thompson. He's first to tee.
You notice how most of the tee shots on 18 on Sunday are landing in just about the same area, up to the right center of the fairway.
Here's Dudley just off the green to the left at 18. This is third shot. And finally, John Magoo. He has the honors next on the 18th tee.
Meanwhile, back at the 17th, Corey Bowman putting for birdie now. This would give him a 2-stroke lead. Wow.
Oh, boy.
You know, that's the hole got in the way. I'm certain that for Corey, I'm sure that he was thinking, I just want to make sure here. He knows what the scoreboard reflects right now, so he's just pleased, I'm sure, with that birdie.
And we're back to the 18th green. This is John Kimball putting for birdie, even on the day, minus 10 for the tournament.
You know, Zoran Zorkic and Wesley Short, I'm sure, standing around the 18th green saying, wow, he's gone to 20, and that's our leader through 17, Zorkic and Short. At 18, looks dim for them. Dickie Thompson out there in the fairway at the 18th.
You know, this guy's been at 14 all day long. He's got to make some headway here. Uh-oh.
Not the way to make it.
Here's Cochran coming into 18.
I tell you, how many golf balls have we seen bounce away and bounce away? We just have not. This wind is not permitting the guys to utilize their real skills. And people will tell you, when the wind blows, the best players in the world really can't fight that.
Well, let's see if Magoo can master this hole.
Not bad based on everything else we've seen. Here's Corey Bowman. I'm certain he just wants to get on home, a good conservative game plan coming down the stretch, 2-shot lead.
I played very safe on 15 and 16 today, just because I felt like if I got it to 20, you know, I'd have a good chance of winning, and that was my target score. And then I was at 19, and the wind was blowing, so I felt like, you know, 19, 20 was going to be close, and 17 was just kind of a no-brainer. It went in, and I got to 20.
If there were an award on the Hooters Tour for consistency, this man here would probably win it. We're talking about Dickie Thompson. He's already had one win this year, and he's been constantly on the leaderboard.
You know, anybody that's playing well and you know, got their game going is going to be on the leaderboard. And for the last couple of months, my game's been, you know, it's not been great, but it's been solid. So no mistakes, basically.
And now at 18, the approach of the leader, Bowman.
Well, Corey is holder of a 2-stroke lead right now. What a tournament he has had. What a final 36 holes all played on this Sunday. Remember, because of the rain, 36 holes, there he is, 2 shots up. Corey Bowman out of Springfield, Missouri, your leader.
Hey, I'm Kelly. And I'm Misha. And we're from Birmingham Hooters. Coming up next, We'll crown this week's champion. on Fox.
TJ and I were just walking through the park, and out of nowhere, a little boy comes up to me and says, "Can I have your autograph?" I looked around and I said, "Me? Why me?" He says, "Well, my dad and I were in the restaurant the other day, and you are a Hooters girl." I love my job. You know, Hooters has provided me the opportunity to pursue my education in broadcast journalism. One day, Tom Brokaw, I'm gonna have your job. And TJ, he never has to worry about where his next bone's coming from. Come see me at Hooters.
Corey Bowman for the win by a 2-shot margin over Short and Zorkic. Corey, the son of a school superintendent out of Springfield, Missouri. And that's it for him. Your winner of the Harrah's Casino Classic, Corey Bowman. What a relief it is for him. He'd been looking for that first win for a good while. Here's what the money looks like. Garrett Willis still on top with $27,000, but Zoran Zorkic is closing quickly. And some of the others, Short, Larson, Darren Stiles, Scott Medlin. And the Naturally Fresh Winners Points Championship, that $500,000. Zoran Zorkic is your leader, and he's pursued by Medlin and a bunch of others, including Wilson and Kimball. Shooting 15 under today, Bud. You got on a roll after starting off with a bogey.
Yeah, I didn't dream about coming out here and shooting 15 under for 36 holes, but I got off to a great start, and it was an advantage because after you have a good round, you don't have to go home and sleep. You can just go ahead and eat lunch and go right back out and do it again. And I thought that playing 36 holes, I could just carry the momentum over, and played a good round this afternoon, too, and shot 66.
Corey, Zoran Zorkic did not let you rest there. And also there was another 18 under par, but over there at 17, you sort of had to get it in overdrive a little bit.
Yeah, 17, I was just playing for par, to be honest with you, and I rolled a 30-footer in, kind of just trying to play for 3, and accidentally made it. So that was pretty nice.
Next time, the NGA Hooters Tour will be in Louisville, Kentucky, May the 11th through 17th. Hotel accommodations provided by Shoney's Inn, County Line Road. Transportation provided by North Park Acura. The following broadcast has been brought to you by Michelob. Naturally fresh, pure spring mountain water. By Jackaroo Barbie Sauce. And by Hooters Restaurants.